Every day you are either moving closer to your purpose or drifting further away. Success is not an event. It is a daily commitment. What if I told you that the small things you work on each day determine whether you fulfill your potential or remain stuck in mediocrity? Today, I will share with you 10 powerful things you must focus on daily to transform your life. Let's dive in. Ladies and gentlemen, listen carefully, because what I'm about to share with you will change how you approach every single day of your life. You see, growth is not automatic. No one wakes up one day and suddenly becomes successful, influential, or impactful. Growth is intentional. It is something you must choose, something you must commit to, and something you must work on every single day. The reason so many people remain stuck in the same place year after year is not because they lack potential, but because they fail to develop themselves daily. They wait for the right time. They wait for motivation. They wait for circumstances to be perfect. But life does not wait. The world is moving, opportunities are passing, and time is running. The question is, are you growing? Every great leader, every successful individual, every person who has made an impact on this world understood one simple truth. If you are not growing, you are decaying. There is no in between. Either you are expanding your mind, sharpening your skills, increasing your capacity, or you are shrinking, becoming irrelevant, and fading into the background. So what does it take to grow daily? It takes intentionality. It takes waking up each morning with a hunger to learn, a desire to stretch yourself beyond what you did yesterday. It takes reading something that challenges your thinking, listening to something that expands your perspective, engaging in conversations that elevate your mindset. It takes reflection, looking at where you were yesterday and asking, how can I be better today? Growth is not a destination, it is a journey. It is the little things you do consistently that separate you from the masses. The way you think, the way you speak, the way you respond to challenges, it all stems from the level of growth you have committed to. Now, let me ask you something. What are you doing today that will make you better tomorrow? Because if you're not growing daily, if you're not investing in yourself, if you're not pushing beyond your comfort zone, then don't be surprised when your life looks the same 5 years from now. The difference between those who rise and those who remain average is not talent, not background, not luck. It is growth. The ones who grow win. The ones who grow lead. The ones who grow create opportunities instead of waiting for them. So I challenge you, start today. Pick up that book. Have that conversation. Reflect on your day and ask yourself, am I better than I was yesterday? Because if the answer is no, then something must change. And here's the best part. When you start growing daily, everything in your life starts changing. Your mindset, your confidence, your ability to solve problems, it all elevates. But growth alone is not enough, because if you don't have discipline, you will never sustain it. And that, my friends, is exactly what we'll talk about next. Listen carefully, because this is where most people fail. Growth is powerful, yes, but without discipline, it is unsustainable. You see, talent can open doors, intelligence can give you an advantage, but only discipline can keep you at the top. The difference between those who reach their full potential and those who live with regret is not intelligence, not luck, not opportunity. It is the ability to control their actions, their habits, and their mindset. Discipline is what makes you do what you need to do even when you don't feel like doing it. And that, my friends, is the key to success. Anybody can be motivated for a day. Anybody can be inspired for a moment. But when the excitement fades, when distractions come, when challenges arise, only the disciplined keep moving forward. How many times have you set a goal, felt the fire of motivation, and then 2 weeks later you quit? How many times have you said, this time I will be consistent, only to fall back into the same old habits? It's not because you don't have potential. It's not because you're not capable. It's because without discipline, your emotions will always win. The greatest battle you will ever fight is not against other people, it's not against your circumstances, it is against yourself. Can you discipline yourself to wake up early when your body wants more sleep? Can you discipline yourself to read and learn when your mind wants to scroll endlessly on your phone? Can you discipline yourself to say no to distractions when the world is offering you 1,000 excuses? You don't build discipline overnight. It is a daily decision. It is training your mind and body to obey your purpose instead of your feelings. Because let me tell you something. Your feelings will betray you. Your emotions will tell you, do it tomorrow. Your comfort zone will whisper, it's okay to take a break. But discipline will remind you of who you are, what you want, and why you started. Every successful person, every great leader, every game changer you admire, they are not special. They are disciplined. They have mastered the art of doing what others want so they can achieve what others never will. So I challenge you, train yourself. Start with small habits. Wake up at the time you said you would. Follow through on your commitments, even when it's inconvenient. Set a standard for your life and refuse to compromise. Because the moment you master discipline, you become unstoppable. But listen to me. Discipline alone is not enough. You must have something greater that fuels your actions. Because without the right mindset, discipline becomes a burden instead of a blessing. And that is exactly what we're going to talk about next. Listen carefully, because this will change the way you see yourself. Every single day you are influencing someone, whether you realize it or not. Your words, your actions, your decisions, your energy, they all create an impact on the people around you. The question is, are you influencing them for the better or for the worse? Influence is not about position. It's not about a title. It's not about how many followers you have on social media. Influence is about the ability to shift people's thinking, to inspire action, to elevate those around you. And here's the truth. People don't follow what you say, they follow who you are. You don't become influential by demanding respect. You become influential by developing yourself to the point where people want to listen, want to learn, and want to follow. Because the greatest leaders in history, the ones who left a lasting impact, were not just powerful speakers, they were powerful examples. They lived what they taught. They embodied their message, and because of that, their influence stretched beyond their lifetime. So the real question is, what kind of influence are you leaving behind? When people hear your name, what comes to mind? Do they think of someone who inspires, someone who lifts them higher, or do they think of someone who complains, someone who drains energy, someone who plays small? If you want to be a person of influence, you must work on yourself every single day. You must build the kind of character that people respect. You must develop the kind of mindset that people admire. You must cultivate the kind of discipline that people want to follow. Because people don't follow words, they follow consistency. You don't have to be famous to have influence. You don't need a stage. You don't need millions of followers. You don't need permission. Influence is about impact, and impact starts with how you live your life. The way you treat people, the way you handle challenges, the way you pursue excellence. These are the things that determine your influence. If you want to grow your influence, start with one simple question: how can I add value to others? Because the secret to influence is not about taking, it's about giving. Is that lifting others up, helping them grow, and being the kind of person who makes everyone around them better. But let me warn you, true influence comes with responsibility. Because the more people look up to you, the more your words and actions matter. And if you don't have the right mindset, you will misuse that influence, and instead of building people up, you will break them down. And that is exactly what we're going to talk about next. Listen carefully, because this is where most people fail. Growth is powerful, yes, but without discipline, it is unsustainable. You see, talent can open doors. Intelligence can give you an advantage, but only discipline can keep you at the top. The difference between those who reach their full potential and those who live with regret is not intelligence, not luck, not opportunity. It is the ability to control their actions, their habits, and their mindset. Discipline is what makes you do what you need to do, even when you don't feel like doing it. And that, my friends, is the key to success. Anybody can be motivated for a day. Anybody can be inspired for a moment. But when the excitement fades, when distractions come, when challenges arise, only the disciplined keep moving forward. How many times have you set a goal, felt the fire of motivation, and then 2 weeks later, you quit? How many times have you said, this time I will be consistent, only to fall back into the same old habits? It's not because you don't have potential. It's not because you're not capable. It's because without discipline, your emotions will always win. The greatest battle you will ever fight is not against other people. It's not against your circumstances. It is against yourself. Can you discipline yourself to wake up early when your body wants more sleep? Can you discipline yourself to read and learn when your mind wants to scroll endlessly on your phone? Can you discipline yourself to say no to distractions when the world is offering you 1,000 excuses? You don't build discipline overnight. It is a daily decision. It is training your mind and body to obey your purpose instead of your feelings. Because let me tell you something, your feelings will betray you. Your emotions will tell you do it tomorrow. Your comfort zone will whisper it's okay to take a break. But discipline will remind you of who you are, what you want, and why you started. Every successful person, every great leader, every game changer you admire, they are not special. They are disciplined. They have mastered the art of doing what others won't so they can achieve what others never will. So I challenge you, train yourself. Start with small habits. Wake up at the time you said you would. Follow through on your commitments, even when it's inconvenient. Set a standard for your life and refuse to compromise. Because the moment you master discipline, you become unstoppable. But listen to me, discipline alone is not enough. You must have something greater that fuels your actions. Because without the right mindset, discipline becomes a burden instead of a blessing. And that is exactly what we're going to talk about next. Listen carefully, because this is one of the most important principles for success. To achieving anything worthwhile, it's not talent, it's not luck, it's not intelligence, it is consistency. Consistency is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. It's the daily commitment to doing what is necessary even when you don't feel like it. It's showing up day after day, putting in the work, making the right choices, even when there are no immediate results. Most people fail not because they don't have potential, but because they don't have consistency. They start strong, but they don't finish. They get excited, but they don't follow through. They try for a while, but when things don't happen as fast as they want, they quit. And that's why so many people live with regret, because they never stay long enough in the process to see the results. But listen to me, success is not about what you do once in a while. It's about what you do every single day. Look at any successful person, any leader, any high achiever. You will find one common trait. They are consistent. They don't just work hard when they feel inspired. They don't just show up when they're in the mood. They have built the discipline to keep going even when it's hard, even when no one is watching, even when the progress is slow. Because let me tell you something, the small things you do every day matter. The way you think, the way you speak, the way you manage your time, the way you treat people, it's all shaping your future. And if you are inconsistent, if you keep stopping and starting, if you keep making excuses, then don't be surprised when your life looks the same year after year. Success does not belong to the most talented. It belongs to the most consistent. The problem is, most people want instant results. They want to go to the gym for a week and see transformation. They want to work on their business for a month and become successful. They want to read a book today and be wise tomorrow. But that's not how life works. Real success takes time. Real progress is built on daily habits, repeated over and over again until they become part of who you are. So I challenge you, make consistency your superpower. Whatever you are working on, whatever goal you are chasing, whatever skill you are developing, stay with it. Even when it's slow, even when it's frustrating, even when no one sees the effort, stay with it. Because the moment you become consistent, you become unstoppable. But listen, consistency alone is not enough, because if you are consistently doing the wrong things, you will consistently get the wrong results. And that is exactly what we're going to talk about next. Listen carefully, because this could be the difference between an average life and a life of greatness. Discipline is powerful. Consistency is essential. But if you are disciplined and consistent in the wrong things, you will waste years of your life going in circles. The key is focus, because whatever you focus on grows. Most people don't fail because they lack ability. They fail because they are distracted. They are busy, but they are not productive. They are doing 100 different things, but none of them are leading anywhere. And the sad truth, most people spend more time reacting to life than creating their future. They wake up, check their phones, scroll through endless distractions, and before they know it, the day is over. Another day gone. Another opportunity wasted. You will never reach your full potential if you keep allowing distractions to control your life. You must train your mind to focus on what matters. You must develop the discipline to say no to things that do not align with your vision. You must learn to protect your time like your life depends on it, because it does. Let me ask you, where's your focus going every day? Are you focusing on growth, on learning, on developing your skills? Or are you focusing on things that drain your energy, waste your time, and pull you away from your goals? Because make no mistake, where your focus goes, your future follows. The most successful people in the world have mastered the art of focus. They don't waste time on distractions. They don't entertain negativity. They don't allow their minds to be consumed with things that do not serve their purpose. They know exactly what they want, and they direct all their energy toward achieving it. Now, let's be honest, staying focused is not easy. Distractions are everywhere. Social media, entertainment, negativity, opinions, responsibilities. There will always be something trying to steal your attention. And if you don't take control of your focus, life will control it for you. So here's what you must do. Make a decision. Decide what truly matters to you. Define your goals, set your priorities. And once you know where you're going, lock in your focus like a laser. Cut out the noise. Stop giving your time and energy to things that don't add value. Guard your mind, guard your vision, guard your purpose. Because if you allow yourself to be distracted, you will never become the person you were meant to be. I challenge you, start today. Remove one distraction from your life. Set clear intentions for your day. Train yourself to stay locked in on your goals. Because the moment you take control of your focus, everything changes. But listen, focus alone is not enough. Because no matter how focused you are, if you don't have the right environment, you will struggle to sustain it. And that is exactly what we're going to talk about next. Listen carefully, because this is where most people miss it. You can have discipline. You can have consistency. You can have focus. But if you are in the wrong environment, you will always struggle to grow. Because your environment is either pushing you forward or pulling you back. Look around you. Who are you spending your time with? What kind of conversations are shaping your mind? What kind of atmosphere are you living in every single day? Because make no mistake, your environment is silently designing your future. A seed has potential. It has everything inside of it to grow into something great. But if you plant that seed in the wrong soil, it will never reach its full potential. Not because it wasn't capable, but because the environment was not right. And the same is true for you. Some of you have the ability, you have the gift, you have the dreams, but you are surrounded by negativity. You are surrounded by doubt. You are surrounded by people who do not believe in greatness. And as long as you stay in that environment, your growth will be limited. Listen to me. Success is not just about what you do. It's also about what you allow. If you allow toxic people in your space, they will drain your energy. If you allow negativity into your mind, it will poison your confidence. If you allow distractions to surround you, they will steal your focus. And before you know it, years have passed and you are still in the same place. You must be intentional about your environment. You must protect your space. You must choose your associations wisely, because the people closest to you are either fueling your vision or killing it. They are either lifting you higher or pulling you down. So let me ask you, who is speaking into your life? Who are you allowing to shape your mindset? Who are you listening to every day? Because your success is directly connected to the voices you follow. You cannot afford to be casual about this. If you want to grow, you must surround yourself with people who challenge you, people who inspire you, people who see your potential and refuse to let you settle for less. If you are the smartest person in your circle is too small. If no one around you is pushing you to be better, you are in the wrong room. Because growth does not happen in comfort, it happens in an environment that demands your best. I challenge you. Evaluate your environment. Take a hard look at who and what is influencing you every day. And if it is not pushing you forward, it's time to make some changes. Because the moment you align yourself with the right people, the right atmosphere, the right energy, everything in your life begins to shift. But listen, your environment is only part of the equation. Because even with the right people, even with the right atmosphere, if you don't develop the right habits, you will never sustain success. And that is exactly what we're going to talk about next. Listen carefully, because this is the foundation of success. Your life is not the result of what you do once in a while. It is a result of what you do every single day. Your habits, your daily routines are creating your future. Right now, at this very moment, you are either building habits that are leading you to success or habits that are leading you to failure. And the truth is, whether you realize it or not, your habits are controlling your destiny. Let me ask you, what do you do first thing in the morning? Do you wake up with purpose? Do you start your day with intention? Or do you hit the snooze button, check your phone, and let the day control you? Because if you don't take control of your habits will take control of you. Successful people don't become great by accident. They don't stumble into success. They design their success through disciplined habits. They wake up at a set time, they plan their day, they feed their mind with the right information, they invest in their growth, they set goals, and they take action every single day. On the other hand, unsuccessful people live by default. They let distractions run their day. They waste time on things that don't matter. They procrastinate, they make excuses, and then they wonder why their life never changes. But listen to me. Your life will never change until your habits change. Because make no mistake, your habits are either working for you or working against you. If you have a habit of reading, learning, and improving yourself, you will continue to grow. If you have a habit of wasting time, making excuses, and avoiding responsibility, you will continue to struggle. It is that simple. Let me give you the truth. Small habits, repeated consistently, create massive results over time. It's not about making one big move. It's about the little things you do every day. That's why you must pay attention to your habits. You must be intentional about the routines you are building, because what you do daily is determining who you are becoming. So I challenge you, examine your habits. Are they moving you closer to your dreams? Or are they keeping you stuck? If you want to change your life, you don't need a miracle, you need new habits. You need to wake up with purpose. You need to set goals and take action. You need to eliminate distractions and create routines that push you forward. Because once you master your habits, you master your future. But listen, habits alone are not enough. Because no matter how strong your habits are, if you don't have a clear vision, you will still feel lost. And that is exactly what we're going to talk about next. Listen carefully, because this is where true transformation begins. You can have discipline, you can have focus, you can have the right environment and the best habits, but if you don't have a clear vision, you will still feel lost. Because vision is what gives your life direction. It is what separates people who simply exist from those who truly live. Let me ask you, where are you going? What do you see when you look at your future? Do you have a clear destination? Or are you just moving through life hoping that things will somehow work out? Because here's the truth. If you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there. And that's why so many people feel stuck. They are busy, but they are not productive. They are moving, but they are not making progress because they have no clear vision of where they are supposed to be. Vision is what separates leaders from followers. It is what gives purpose to your actions. It is what gives meaning to your discipline, because when you have a strong vision, you don't need motivation, you have clarity. You don't waste time on distractions because you know what you're working toward. You don't get discouraged by temporary setbacks because you see the bigger picture. The most successful people in the world are not necessarily the most talented. They are not the strongest or the smartest. They're the ones with the clearest vision. They see the end before they even start. They don't just live for the moment. They live with the future in mind. But here's the problem. Most people never take the time to create a vision for their life. They allow their past to define them. They allow their circumstances to limit them. They allow fear to keep them small. And because they never define where they're going, they settle for a life far beneath their potential. But listen to me, you were not born to just survive. You were born to thrive. You were designed for something greater. And until you see it, until you believe it, until you start moving toward it, you will always feel like something is missing. I challenge you, get clear about your vision. Stop letting life just happen to you. Decide what kind of life you want to create. Write it down. See it in your mind. Hold on to it with everything you have. And then align your habits, your focus, your environment, and your discipline with that vision. Because the moment you gain clarity on your future, everything in your life begins to shift. But listen, having a vision is just a beginning. Because even with the clearest vision, if you do not develop the right character, you will never be able to sustain the success that's waiting for you. And that is exactly what we're going to talk about next. Listen carefully, because this is what determines whether you rise or fall. You can have all the skills, all the talent, all the knowledge in the world. You can have discipline, focus, the right environment, and a powerful vision. But if you do not have character, you will never sustain success. Because true success is not just about what you achieve, it's about who you become in the process. Character is the foundation of everything. It is the unseen force that determines your destiny. It is the invisible structure that holds your success together. And without it, everything you build will eventually collapse. You've seen it happen. People who rise to the top but fall just as fast. People who gain influence but lose it because they lacked integrity. People who were gifted but never fulfilled their true potential because they could not control their own behavior. Let me tell you, your talent may open doors, but only your character will keep you in the room. Your skills may get you opportunities, but only your integrity will allow you to maximize them. Because character is what gives you stability. It is what gives you consistency. It is what ensures that your success is not temporary, but something that will last. The truth is, character is not built in moments of comfort. It is built in the small decisions you make every day. It's built when you choose honesty over shortcuts. It's built when you stay committed, even when no one is watching. It's built when you do what is right, even when it's hard. Because every decision you make is shaping the kind of person you are becoming. Some people want success without discipline. They want influence without responsibility. They want power without accountability. But listen, if you do not develop the character to handle success, success will destroy you. Because success does not change you, it only magnifies who you already are. If you are careless with small things, you will be reckless with great things. If you cannot be trusted in private, you will eventually be exposed in public. If you do not master yourself, your weaknesses will eventually master you. So I challenge you, examine yourself. Look beyond your skills, beyond your talent, beyond your achievements. Ask yourself, who am I becoming? Am I a person of integrity? Am I someone who can be trusted? Am I disciplined in the unseen areas of my life? Because that is what will determine your future. Success is not just about reaching the top. It's about having the strength to stay there. It's about building a legacy that will last. It's about becoming the kind of person who can handle greatness without compromising their values, and that is the greatest success of all. Your future is in your hands. Your potential is waiting. But the question is, will you do what it takes to become the person you were meant to be? The choice is yours.